Hello and welcome to my world, and I'm glad our paths have met. My name is Njabulo Lupatla from jabuloonline.com. What do I do? I'm an internet marketing coach. I help home entrepreneurs and network marketers grow their businesses online. Welcome to our sales training, and the training is titled How to Sell Like a Pro. I hope it will be enjoyable and you'll learn a lot from it. So without wasting much of time, let's go straight to what the training is all about. What is it that we'll cover in the training? Firstly, we'll cover the importance of the selling skills, why you need to enhance and improve on those skills. Secondly, I'll reveal a method that was invented by Jordan Belfort, a sales method that simplifies and will help you to improve on your selling skills. And thirdly, it will help you on how to push for the close, how to close more sales. And fourthly, as a bonus, you'll have some sales tips that I'll give you for being and attending this training. Otherwise, hope it will be enjoyable. So firstly, why is it important for us to have the selling skills, to enhance our skills? Because the sales, it is the most important skill you can learn. I've come to a realization that almost all, if not all, the successful entrepreneurs and the individuals, they are all good and all excellent at sales. So it is a skill that every individual who wants to succeed should have, and every business needs sales for its growth. So regardless of what you do, whether you're a salesperson, you're a lawyer, you're a pastor, selling skills are one skill that you need. Why? Because sales and selling, it is all about influence and persuasion, and we all need that in our day-to-day living, both in business and on our personal level. So we have to improve on those skills and enhance them. So there is a method, a sales method that I'll reveal to you, and that's the straight line method. And this method was created by a guy called Jordan Belfort. It is one great method, and what this method it enhances and shows that the sales is just a goal-oriented communication. It is a communication with an end goal in mind. You start a conversation knowing where you want to go. In other words, we say it is a talk with intent. So the conversation should have direction. And this method, it entails that every sale is the same. I'll repeat. Every sale is the same. Do you agree? Okay, let's have that answer later. But for now, we are saying, I'm of the opinion that all the ill sales are and should be treated the same. But let's go straight to what this straight line method says in the reveals. Alright. The straight line method, it entails that a sales process is a straight line from where the sale starts to the close. So as the person who is selling, your goal is to go straight from the sale to the close smoothly. There are such sales that are of that nature, and these are sales whereby the prospects will be saying yes to all the questions, will be agreeing to what you're saying. Or in other words, I'm saying, you will be having a cell that is the client is already pre-solved, so it will be a smooth sail from cell to close as it is. Yes, these cells of this nature, they are very possible, they are there, but the challenge is on the frequency. They come once in a while. They are there, but they come once in a while, where you get a smell that is smooth in the prospects course. But on a day-to-day, you realize that it's hard for you to find such. And this straight line method entails that the prospects, they have objections. They have a number of objections that they have while you're pushing for the sale. And what these cells they do, these objections they do, they move the conversation away from the straight line, from the sell to the close. So the more the objections you have, the bigger the objections you have, the further you go away from the straight line. And let's not forget, the goal of starting a sell is to go to the close. So as the one who's now selling, you have to put yourself and make sure you are as close to the straight line as possible, whilst you have those objections. So you have to come with a way of making sure that regardless of the objections, you are able to handle them and have progress within the line until you close. In other words, you should be able to crush each and every objection. Deal with objection smoothly and be able to go to the close. Because the goal of the sell is to start and have the close. So as the training is, the title is How to Sell Like a Pro. So the goal of the training is to equip you so that you are able to be as close as to the straight line as possible. Because the closer you are on that line, the more probability of you to close more sales. And how do you do that? So what this means is that for you to be able to have a sale, you have to control the conversation. Because you'll be able, by so doing, you'll be able to determine the progress on the line and where we are going. So from the very start of the conversation, you should take control, take charge of the conversation. Deal with the objections as they come, but make sure the direction of the conversation is heading to the close. Never allow the prospect to determine the conversation. You lose control of the sale, and you can easily be out of the sale. So from the graph diagram that you are seeing, from those top lines that are at the top, the broken lines at the top and the bottom, it shows that if you're further away from the line, you're out of the sales conversation. Your goal is to be within those broken lines and close to the line with progression and making sure the end goal is achieved. You go to the close. So as the seller, take charge of the conversation. Preempt, if you can, preempt the objections. Positively deal with the objections as they come. Your goal is to be along or close to the straight line. Anything further than that, you're getting away. You're losing your charge and control of the conversation, of the sales conversation. So in short and in summary, that's all the straight line method is. It is a simple but very effective method. So make sure you make use of it. Take charge of the conversation and make sure you're always along the line or close to the line. I hope it is clear, but if you have any question, please you don't hesitate to ask. But I think yes, don't hesitate to ask. But every cell is the same. don't forget, and treat it as such. So, in the straight line methods, there are two scenarios. It's either the cells becomes a straight line with no objections, but these are rare to find. Mainly prospects have objections, and these objections, they push the cell away from the straight line. Your goal is to be as close to the line with progression to the close. You're pushing for the close while it's in line with the close. So take charge of the control. And the question you might have is, how do I take charge or control of the conversation? You do that by creating, firstly you have to create a rapport. Then after the rapport, make sure you control. And how do you control? You ask questions, rightful, specific, positive questions that drive you to the close. So, how to push for the close? There are three things that you need to push for prospect to buy. Number one, prospects should love your product. Should make sure the conversation makes the client to love the product. Number two, the prospect should trust and connect with you. And also, number three, the prospect should trust the company. People don't buy from people, companies they don't trust. And another one is, people buy on emotions, but justify on logic. So make sure you take those into consideration as to how do you push for the close. Let's not forget, the results on the sales are on the close. We all be pushing for the close. So going straight to my sales tips. Make sure you are in control of the sales conversation. You take charge, because we are saying the sales process is a journey, and you are the one in control. You should be able to gauge and weigh and make sure you progress until you close. Take charge and ask the right and sell leading questions. What the goal? You want the client to sell him or herself by asking the right question. And also, be an active listener. While asking the question, listen. The prospect should see that you have empathy, because sales is an emotional game. I'll repeat, sales is an emotional game. So make sure you create a rapport. Also, the rapport is also created by being an active listener. Yes, as I've mentioned, a rapport should be created. And know and understand what motivates your prospects. This is very helpful as to being able to take charge, control the sales conversation, and make sure you make the sales conversation as short, simple as you can, as simple and short as you can. Don't complicate. Don't forget, the goal is to be as close to the straight line until you reach the close. So with that being said, I want to take this the training very short. So I didn't want it to be as quick as I'm saying. I needed the training to be as short as our sales conversations or sales attempts as we go to the close. The sales conversation on the process should be as simple and short, with one goal in mind for that we close. So I hope this will be helpful, so that you make as much and as many closes as you can, because the juice is in the close. So wishing you all, and wishing you a lot of those sales close. So I hope this was helpful and you learn a lot from it. Otherwise, from myself, Jabulo from jabuloonline.com, wishing you all in your business. And my goal and my mission is one. I help home entrepreneurs and network marketers grow their businesses online. So wishing you all the best and wish that we all have a success story in the near future. Otherwise, for now, I'm out.